All right. Good morning, Brazil. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are here with one of my newest friends, Adriana from Romania, but she lives really close by. She lives in the Netherlands and I live in Belgium, as you all know. It's like 10 to 15 minutes driving to her place. She visited my house already. She met my girls, she met my husband, and we became friends. We had a very good connection. And I know lots about her, so I invited her to be here with us today and tell us about her story, also about her country, Romania, which is very interesting as well. And I'm very glad you're here, Adriana. Thank you so much for taking the time, a little bit of out of your busy schedule to spend time with us. So please just tell us a little bit about you and then we can start with the round of questions.
Thank you, Simone. It's lovely to be here. I always enjoy speaking to people from different countries, different nationalities, different backgrounds. It's nice to exchange opinions, exchange energy. So thank you for inviting me, and I'm looking forward to all your questions. I love to teach, so I always enjoy getting questions. So then the right informations go to the people. About myself, I've been living here in the Netherlands for more than 20 years by now. But originally, I was born in Romania. I grew up there. I went to university there. I studied sociology there. And then the last year of my study, I met my husband, who is Dutch. So that's why I ended up coming to the Netherlands. And currently, I am working as a nurse in a hospital in the Netherlands, here in Maastricht, where I live. And I am also teaching yoga. I'm teaching meditation, and I work as an energy healer, which is the science of transferring healing energies to another person. What else about me? I like gardening. I like, talking to people. And I just enjoy exploring, traveling. I visited a lot of countries. I enjoy my vacations. I'm planning my new vacation soon. So, what else? Let me know what more you would like to learn about me.
Okay, thank you, Adriana. I think Daniel is ready with a question already. Please go
Yes,
ahead.
Adriana, nice to meet you. Adriana Helena is such a beautiful name, and it's also quite familiar here in Brazil. Is it a common name in Romania as well?
Yeah, it's a common name in Romania. I know it's in Brazil because I have more friends from Brazil, and they're like, "Oh, I have a friend named like that." But in Romania, it's also common because it's a Latin name. It comes from the Roman times, actually. There was an emperor called Hadrianus. So Romania is actually a Latin country. You wouldn't think of it because it's surrounded by Russian, Slavic languages, but Romanian is a Latin language. So we
Mm,
have a lot of cultural influences from that side. Yeah. So it's a common name.
nice, nice. It's good to know. I was another thing I was interested. It's know more about the energy healing. I was very interested in that. How it works.
How it works.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced it, or anybody from
Uh,
the group?
no, I wish I had a app to monitor my energy level, because sometimes I feel like my energy is drained. Sometimes we feel like we gain some energy, something energize you, and
Mm-hmm.
it's funny because we don't know actually how it works. So I would like to know better about this uh, and know ways to improve my battery levels.
I like how you said it. Energy healing is my passion. Like I'm really passionate about this one, and I always also so curious, like you are now, to learn more about it. Because our body is kind of like a battery. And we need energy to live. Everything in this world needs energy to live. We consume energy, like even like a device, a phone or whatever. Anything uses energy. Plants use energy. Animals, we all use energy. We need energy. But where does it come from? That's the question. Where does it come from? So there are different kinds of energies. There's life force energy that feeds our bodies mostly, and that's prana. It's called prana. I don't know if you have heard about it. Prana. It's what we inhale, what we breathe in. We breathe in prana. So that keeps us battery full with energy, but we also consume it. So when we consume it also, we need to replenish again. So one way to replenish our energy is through breathing consciously. So there are special techniques to breathe in more prana. Another way is through eating. There's prana in the foods, in the plants, in the meats. There's also energy. But there's also energy coming from the universe, which is another kind of energy. And without that energy, which has consciousness that gives us awareness, consciousness, as being aware of ourselves, of our soul energy, we can't live without that one. Like, there's no way. Then the body dies, but also the spirit leaves our body, right? Because we're not our bodies. We have a spirit that lives in our body. So there are ways to connect with that kind of energy, that universal energy, and there are also ways to transfer it to other people. So that's what an energy healer does. And the way I learned to do that is through the system of the chakra system. I think everybody heard about chakras. There are energy centers that, like vortexes of energy in our energy body. Maybe I'm going too far with this one. Let me know if that's the case or if you have additional questions. But those energy centers, just like our digestive system processes food, those centers process our energy that we get. So that energy gets processed in our energy centers. And when those energy centers are not functioning optimally, they get like blockages. I learned to feel those blockages, to remove them. So I'm kind of like a mechanic, you know, of the energy body. And I learned to feel that. We can all do it, but it needs training. So you can feel the energies. So I could scan your energy centers and I could tell you which one needs some tuning up.
Wow, that's very interesting. Daniel, is something that is getting more popular in Brazil at the moment?
Well,
back 20 years ago when I was living there, I don't think that people were talking so openly about it.
Not well. We talk a lot is more and more about mental health, and it's related, and so meditation, mindfulness, the chakras, the prana, everything I heard about, but now having the tailored answer, it's very good, and we are trying to apply those practice activities in our daily routines to improve our health and our well-being.
Yeah, you can see this energy centers like an interface, an interface between the energy around us and our bodies and our minds as well. So you can use the capacity of your interface to draw in more energy, to repair your body, to let go of whatever is too much in your mind, all these kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But the easiest way is using your breath.
Yeah, I would love to discuss this more. I will let other people make questions, but I will come back with other questions later. Thank you very much.
Yes.
You really explained very well.
Very interesting indeed. Okay, Efren, all the way from Turkey with a question. I'm curious about that one.
Okay, so thank you. And Adriana, nice to meet you. And thanks for the information. I want to ask you about, to be honest, about yoga. I read a lot about Buddhism, but philosophically and conceptually, not like making exercises or physically, right? So I worked a lot on myself about consciousness, right? And someone that I know very well, he also knows me very well. He told me many times that I need to make yoga and I have to make this routine for my life. But I have a very busy life, so I could not do it until now. So can you tell me a little bit about yoga? I think there are several types of yoga, and do you think how it will help me in my life? What can you say?
Thank you. I love your question. I've been practicing yoga for, let me see, I think more than 8 years, something like that. And now I cannot live without it. I just can tell you that. I'm not doing it every day. That would be perfect, but we all live busy lives, so you gotta find something that works for you. But let me tell you about the benefits of the yoga system. So there are many types of yoga indeed, but they all started with Hatha yoga. That's the traditional yoga, which has several poses where you actually, the essence of it, you align your body. Because if you are aware of your, I'm asking all of you just for a moment, just close for your eyes for a moment and just feel your body and notice what's going on in your body, like where there is some tension in your body. And is your body symmetrical? Does it feel different on the left side, on the right side? And you will feel where there is tension. Where there is tension, it means the energy is not circulating. So there are also blockages, not just in the chakras. We also have the meridians, the pathways of the energies, which the Chinese traditional medicine talks about. I'm sure you've also heard about the energy meridians. In Hindu, they call nadis, but it's the same thing. So in yoga, we align those energy pathways, and we also use our breath to let the energy circulate in the body. So when you straighten your back, for example, like even when you raise your arms up and you drop your shoulders and you breathe, you notice that the left side and the right side are starting to align. And a very easy one, just move both your arms to the left and stretch the right side of your body. Just try it. This is like a very, very easy, if you want, you can try it.
Oh, that feels good.
And just breathe. Just breathe. Wait. Just breathe. Take a few breaths, like 3 breaths. Just breathe. 1, 2, and 3, and release. And notice now how it feels, the right side of your body and the left side of your body. Do you feel the difference?
Yeah, it feels good.
It feels good because the energy is being, the body is stretched, but also the energy pathways are stretched. So there's more movement of energy. So when you do that on the left side and on the right side, it just frees these pathways so your energy can circulate. So where there is circulation, there's no stagnation, there's flow, and you just feel good and your energy can expand. It's really amazing. But this is like on this side of the body more. But also you can, by focusing on all these postures, you also clear your mind doing yoga. You'll feel more freedom in your body. It releases the tension. And it also allows the hormones of happiness to be created and to circulate. It's really amazing. So what I would suggest is try a yoga session. Maybe not the most active one. I wouldn't say start with that one. The power yoga, you know, like where it's more like a gym. I wouldn't say start with that one, but start with like traditional yoga, hatha yoga or yin yoga. Yin yoga is more like relaxing yoga, but it's also very expanding and opening. And from that, you can try other styles and choose what is good for you.
But thank you very much for the information. And one little question. For example, in the morning, I made this yoga, right?
Mhm.
And I felt very well, for example. But then I went to my daily work, business, whatever, and something terrible, some crazy things happened in my day. Something very difficult things happened. So, do you think this yoga which I made in the morning will help me maintain my day better? Like when something bad happens during the day or something, do you think it will help me, the yoga which I made in the morning?
Of course, like think about it. When you just imagine you go to work with a backpack of 5 kilos in your back and you're wearing that. That's how it feels normally without any yoga. You have this tension and then something happens and then it feels like it's 10 kilos on your back. But if you already unloaded the 5 kilos in the morning, you're only wearing now 5.
I understand. Very nice example.
Exactly. So when you come home, you can also do you don't have to do like hours and hours of yoga. Just do something and then you can unload those remaining 5 kilos again. So you feel free.
Okay, perfect. I understand. I'll start.
Glad.
Very good, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Jenna, please.
Hey, how are you? My question is actually, what did you decide to move to the Netherlands and not for like Germany, Belgium, France, or something like that?
What made me decide to move to the Netherlands?
Yeah.
Well, actually my husband. That's why I moved here because he's Dutch.
Yeah, but you met him over there, so
Hmm?
you met your husband in the Netherlands.
No, I didn't meet him in the Netherlands actually. I met him
Okay, I thought
online.
you.
But
Okay, all
let me
right.
tell you, there is another story regarding that. I started to learn Dutch in Romania when I was at the university. And why? Because I speak several languages and I like to speak several languages. And I found a teacher who was teaching Dutch at the university. So I started learning Dutch. But I didn't know it was going to lead to me being here for the next 20 years. I didn't imagine that. I just enjoyed learning the language, so that's why.
No, but Adriana, I think that the question is why you didn't stay in Romania if you met your husband in Romania, for instance.
Why didn't I stay in Romania? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think my husband would have loved to stay with me in Romania at the time. And I was actually, I liked it here when I visited. I was like, okay, no, I can see my life being here now. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right. So it was an easy
so.
question. Yes.
Yeah.
It was an easy choose. Okay.
I didn't have like doubts or I didn't want it. I was in love with my husband, so then you do this kind of stuff. Yeah.
I understand.
You do it for love. All right. Danielle, you're back with another question.
Yes, yes. I would like to know how you nursing background and your energy healing expertise complement each other. I know it's totally related. You can apply some healing therapy to how could I say to improve the recovery of the people. But I would like to, if you have some story to share about how did it work in practice, I would love it to hear.
And you mean, because I didn't exactly got it, you mean like being a nurse and an energy healer? That's what you said?
Yes,
Or?
how your profession, your job, and your
Mhm.
expertise as energy healing complement each other. You know, how do you
Yeah,
apply sometimes
yeah, I got it.
in your.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you. So at this moment, energy healing is not widely accepted in the hospitals here. It is in hospitals in India, and even I think in the USA, there are some hospitals who apply it. Different kinds, because there are many kinds of energy healing, but the essence is the same, right?
Mhm.
So I don't do it like that, not yet. I dream of that time when that will be possible, because it's going to complement immensely, and it is a complementary way of enhancing the healing of people.
Yeah.
So what I do actually in myself, in the position that I am, I energetically clean the part of the hospital while I work regularly. You can do that. You can clean the energy. And sometimes with patients, like I do small stuff. For example, if somebody is bleeding heavily, I can put a certain kind of energy so it can stop the bleeding, for example.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things. But I don't do like a full healing session with the patients yet. It's not there yet. But
Okay.
that it has applications. Like with my family, when my husband has an injury or something, I can do that for him, so he will recover much faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what would you suggest to as first step to learn more about energy healing? Like,
I'm glad to hear you're interested. Well, so you're based in Brazil.
yes.
Nice. I have friends in Brazil who teach energy healing, so I can connect you with them through Simone if you want. There's
Yeah.
what I do, it's called pranic healing. So there's a basic course where you learn all about feeling the energy, about the energy centers, all this. So you can apply it yourself.
Okay.
And it's
Thank you.
amazing. It's an amazing course. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right. Efren, another question, please.
Okay, so Adriana, I want to ask your opinion about one thing. Now, as you know about Buddhism a little bit, I think, or maybe a lot, I don't know. So I will ask a question about theoretically, not about
Mhm.
physical things.
Mhm.
What when I read about these things about philosophy of Buddhism, it's according to my perception, whatever happens in my life, happy things or sad things, whatever. So these Buddhist teachings keep me balanced mostly.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, the main purpose is to keep us in balance.
Yeah.
But when I observe my life, when I look at my past, sometimes some happenings made me very upset or angry. That's why I made a big step in my life because of that pain, that I felt the pain, and it made me progress and it made me stronger. So my
Mhm.
question is, for self-development, which I think it is the meaning of life, to self-develop. That's why we are in this life. I think that's my belief. So
What do you think? Sorry.
self-development, developing
Self-development. Yeah.
ourselves.
Get it.
So this
Yeah.
is the purpose of life, according to me.
Mhm.
So in order to develop very well, is it better to be always in balance, or is it good to be sometimes in pain, feeling the pain, and making a progress? Because when I keep myself very like balanced, sometimes I think that like I don't feel the pain and I don't need to make a big step, you know. I feel
Yeah.
comfortable in balance, but
Yeah.
sometimes I need uncomfortable feelings to grow,
Yeah.
to develop. What do you think?
That's a very interesting question, Ever. Very good question, actually. So from what I understand, I also think we are here to develop. I also think we are also here for the experience of life, and also to learn things, to expand. But you can expand through pain and suffering, or you can expand through just opening up and exploring. So I think the lessons come with pain when they need to come with pain. If we are open and exploring by ourselves and using our mind to explore and using the capacity to go further by just out of curiosity and just with joy and just I think curiosity for me is a big one. But sometimes I think sometimes we don't get it, that like in relationship, I think that a big part of our lives is learning how to relate with people, and that's where a lot of pain and suffering can come from when we have relationship with people. So when we are opening our hearts and growing and giving and just be the loving people that we can be, I think there's less pain. But when we connect to lower level thoughts and emotions, that's where pain comes from. And then you have to make some decisions to change. I think the lessons will be painful when they need to be painful. Yeah. And it's one way to grow, but it's not the only way to grow. I don't think it's the only way to grow. You don't have to suffer to grow. The suffering comes when you don't grow by yourself. Or you can find a teacher, for example. Like you feel like you're too comfortable, you feel like there's no much growth in your life, go find a teacher who can, like a Buddhist teacher or even whatever kind of teacher, depends on what you want to learn. Where your interest is, where your curiosity is to grow, and they will guide you further. There's so much to explore. There's so much more than just this physical daily life. So if you put your intention to find somebody to make you grow and expand further, you will find that person. And along the way, there will be tests and a situation where it's not going to be comfortable. But that depends on you, if you want to take the next step.
Yeah, I always want to take the next step. And as you say, when it is necessary, life is giving. If it's pain, if it's joy, or learning through pain or joy, life gives what is necessary. And yeah, I think a little bit of pain, a little bit of happiness is necessary, but in balance, not too much pain, not too much. I mean, so even a little bit bacteria is necessary for the body, right? So little bit of everything is needed, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's the human experience, but it's up to us. Some people love to be in pain. They just love it. They love drama. They love, and
my mother.
We all have such a good personal. Okay, guys, let's move on a little bit with this topic. Adriana, like me, you've been living abroad so long. Like sometimes I don't feel that Brazilian. Sometimes I don't feel that Belgium. It's just like in the middle. You don't belong anywhere, but you feel international. I'm pretty sure you feel the same way. But can you tell us the things that you love the most in Romania and in the Netherlands, and what you really dislike about these both countries? And then if you could use a utopia, how would be life on Earth for you?
Oh, wow, that's a beautiful question. I like the utopia part.
But tell us about the countries, because I think for them it's also interesting to see people like you living half of your life in a country and then another half somewhere else. And maybe you're going to move to another place later. We never know, right?
Never know, yeah. So what I like about Romania is I love the people. They're very open, very warm, very loving, actually. They can also be emotional, and I think that's a common thing with Brazil, I think.
Latin countries, right? Yeah.
Latin countries, yeah. They're very much in the heart, but also in the solar plexus, so all kinds of emotions going on there. I like the nature in Romania. I love the mountains are beautiful. So that's my first recommendation for people if they want to travel to Romania, to go into the mountains. And there's such a sweet, nourishing energy there. It's really beautiful. The nature and the diversity of nature there. In a European way, I know Brazil has also an amazing nature, but it's different. I like the food in Romania as well. Yeah, the seaside is also nice. It's okay. I love the food. It's more like the Balkan kind of style of food, if you know it, like Turkey. It's like in Turkey. I think it's a lot like that. But mostly I like the people. Yeah, I like the people in Romania. And what I like about the Netherlands, I like that it's very organized. Maybe a little bit too much, maybe. Like if you're late 1 minute, people are gonna look at you like, oh, you're really late. And Romania is not like that. We're more easygoing. And in the Netherlands, I like also it's very green. There's a lot of rain here, but that also means a lot of green, a lot of flowers. I'm a flower lover, so I love you can get all kinds of flowers here. I like that the people are smart as well in the Netherlands. I appreciate them. They're very good at marketing, of selling, of presenting. They're very dynamic. They're also very helpful if you ask them. I think so. What else do I like about the Netherlands? Did I say the tulips? Everybody knows about that. What else do I like? It's very dependable. It's a quiet, not really quiet, but like there's order. They're very dependable. You're safe here. It's a safe country. You can travel easily all around the country. There's good public transport. It's just a comfortable life, I think. But sometimes you miss the warmth of people. Sometimes they're like, oh yeah, well, very busy. They're very overcrowded with appointments. Sometimes they're too materialistic, I think. Sometimes, not all of them, but often. And in Romania, they're also materialistic in a different way because they have to. But here is more like they want more and more and more and more, like that. And sometimes there has to be a balance between materialism and spirituality. That's what I think. So for me, utopia would be a place where people are very open to each other. I think the Netherlands are quite open to each other in general, direct. But maybe two. So there will be that's a good way to see it, as a balance between the warmth and the kindness of the people in the Latin countries, but also the order and dependability and safety and structure of the Western European countries. So yeah, that's what I would love to see. And good social security, also opportunities for people to have their own businesses, to have their own creative endeavors, that everybody is taken care of, but also being able to expand and have freedom in their expansion.
Wow, love that. Thank you so much for this answer. João, you're having trouble with your connection. That's why you cannot turn on your camera. But let's hear you out. I think it's gonna work out.
Good, good. Is it clear now?
I think so, yeah.
Is it clear? Oh, okay, good. Oh, hello, everybody. Hello, Adriana. Nice to meet you. Good. I'm sorry for my camera because I'm outdoor, so I cannot turn it on. Yes, but my concern is about what I feel is actually you do a lot of things like yoga, energy healer, nesting, but the big question is, how do you handle your time? How do you manage your time? Life routine, or professional? Just tell us a little bit, please.
Oh, I like your question. Thank you. So yeah, I'm a busy person. But you know what? I love doing all these things. So they keep me energized, actually. So I don't feel like I'm tired easy, but I do have to plan my time. The one thing that gives me the opportunity to do all this is that I work part-time in my main job. So I don't work full-time. I work 26 hours a week, which is not a lot. So then I can choose to spend some of my hours doing the yoga thing, some of the hours doing the energy healing. And I also plan it when it suits me. So I'm not forced to do something one way or another besides my main job. So that's how I keep it in balance. Is it
Very good, very good.
Is it clear? Yeah.
Joel? Oh,
Is it still there?
I think you answered his question.
Yeah.
All right. So, Renato, are you ready for a question?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Rodrigo, MJ, first timer here. I'd like to hear guys as well. Vanderlei. Nobody
Yes,
has.
sorry
Okay,
for
Evan,
coming
please.
with too many questions, but interesting subject. So, so you also mentioned about meditation, right? So yoga is a meditation, kind of a meditation, and if not, is there like, I'm looking for something simpler than yoga, maybe I can do at home. Like maybe 5 minutes meditation can also help me like yoga. Is it possible, something like that?
Well, it's not quite the same thing. I know we always we wanted to find the easiest thing.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same thing, because actually the physical yoga was meant to be the preparation for the meditation itself. Because what's the purpose of meditation? Like the main purpose of the meditation is to connect with your soul.
Okay.
It's not to manage our lives or whatever. We use it for that and it works, but it works because it connects us with our soul. So when you're in meditation, you connect to your higher soul, your higher self. You connect to your intuition. You get answers to your life's problems. You get guidance of what to do next in a situation. You get inspiration to do things, to expand and grow. That's the actual purpose of meditation. And sometimes you can have amazing experiences of expansion, of oneness with the universe. This is all possible. But yeah, you have to start with a 5-minute meditation.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. So it's not the same thing. It can help you clear also the energy, but moving your body is going to do it's going to have a different effect. So like if you do 10 minutes of moving your body and then 5 minutes of meditation, I would say, yeah, that's a good begin. That's a good begin. But the simplest meditation of all is just being aware of your breath. So you want to try for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay.
Sorry.
Adriana, I'm sorry, we're not going to have that much time for that.
Okay.
But I will put you in touch with Evan for sure, because he's very interested in that part.
Yeah.
Daniel as well. But I'm sorry, you have to move on here. MJ, please ask a question.
Hello, Adriana. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I am from Brazil. I have two questions for you. The first is, I've already heard about gypsy ancestry in Romania. It's true. If it's not true, you can correct me. And I can know if you have this interesting in these topics about energy healing. It's from this ancestry or not. And the other question is if you have been here in Brazil and what you know about Brazil.
No, that's so cute.
That's
Thank
3
you.
questions.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Four.
No, one was not a question, but he was just trying to clarify if his
Yeah.
info is correct. All right,
Yeah.
please.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your interesting questions, by the way. Yeah, so gypsy ancestry. Well, there are many misconceptions about the gypsies in Romania, actually in Europe, because they're all over Europe. But for some reason, I think because Romanian people are so open and kind and accepting, they decided to stay, a lot of them, in Romania. But actually, they come from India. Did you know that?
no.
No, not many people know that. They were brought in as slaves to Europe. I'm not sure which empire, one of the empires brought them. I'm not sure which one. But they were brought as slaves in Europe. So at some point they were either being freed or they escaped. And they were traveling all over Europe, and they were also called travelers. In England, for example, they're called travelers, but they're actually Indians from Punjab area, from Punjabi area in India. So I think it's North India. You can Google it. You can trace all the migration of them to Europe. So they're Indians, and funny enough, there is some kind of connection with the energy healing, but not from how I do it or how I learned it, because what I learned is also from India originally, but not through that side. And gypsies are also known to cast spells,
What is cast spells?
to like when you put a spell on somebody to
Okay.
in Brazil they do that too, right? I
Okay.
know that one about Brazil.
Yeah.
So they do that, but it's I don't like that kind of stuff, so I don't connect with that.
Okay.
And I don't think I have ancestry related to gypsies, but they kind of mingled with the local populations everywhere. So not many of them don't look like Indians anymore because they are so mixed. But if you closely look at their clothes, the traditional clothes and everything, you can see it. Their language is also very related. They understand some of the Indian dialects.
Good.
Then what was the next question?
About Brazil, if you have been here, and what do you know about Brazil?
I haven't been there. I would love to come at some point. It's quite far. I don't know so much about Brazil, but I know about the jungle, and I love the jungle. I know about samba.
Yeah,
I know about
music,
carnival.
carnival.
I also know about your kind of wizards, or what are they called? I don't know, sorcerers in Brazil. Black magic. That they do, but also healers. You also have healers in Brazil as well.
Yeah.
I know you speak Portuguese, actually, like the root of the language is Portuguese, but there's also French influence on that. So some of the Portuguese sounds different because of the French influence.
Yeah, we have a lot of accents, but all Brazilians speak Portuguese.
Yeah. And I probably know more stuff about it, but I don't know at this moment what else.
Okay, thank you.
Is there something I should know that I didn't mention?
MJ, give her a tip about Brazil.
Give me a
Something
tip
that
about Brazil.
she might never forget after today.
Oh, I
What
have
should she
I have
know?
a Brazilian friend that is married with a Dutch guy. His name is Flor, and Flor in Portuguese is chão. It's where
The ground.
Yeah, the ground. And I called him chão. Hello, chão. And he loved our food, and our beaches and our nature. And I think it's our kindness, because our people is very kindness. But I think the tip when you came here, it's and meet the beaches and the food.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I also know you like all love to dance and socialize.
We
I
love
like that.
parties.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I also know. Is it from Brazil? The lambada.
Yes.
No,
No.
lambada is more Caribbean, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No, but there is this song that got very famous in the 90s.
Yeah.
Lambada, you know, so that's how
Ah,
people know
okay.
about it, but not the style of music. Okay, guys, thanks. Vanderlei, please go ahead.
Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. And Adriana, thanks for sharing about your life and very interesting. So I was trying to think. I had two questions, but I was going to say, what is your favorite Romanian holiday or favorites, and also in the Netherlands, what are your favorite holidays and why?
Well, good question. I think my favorite holiday in Romania was Christmas because it's always a family gathering. There's a lot of food, a lot of yummy food, and there's gifts. So who doesn't like gifts? And it's also, I like, now that I think back, I love the energy of Christmas time because it was, the winters in Romania were very heavy in snow. So everything was covered in snow and there was very quiet. There was so much quiet everywhere. So everybody was coming to a place of stillness and appreciation for each other and for the food and for the gifts. And yeah, that's why I loved it. And in the Netherlands, I don't know. That's a tough question. Because they don't really celebrate here, I feel, like a special holiday. So I would say for me here, I try to make every day a holiday. I don't succeed every day, but I try to celebrate. You have to celebrate every day in your own way. So when I get to spend free time with my friends, for me, that's a holiday already. So going out in nature, being on vacation, that's my holidays.
Thank you. Have you ever been to Transylvania, by the way?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Of course, yeah.
What's it like? Is it as mysterious as people say?
Well, there's a lot of woods in Transylvania. It's beautiful, the mountains. So I've been to Dracula's castle, of course. It's very small. It's not that huge as you would imagine. It does have that medieval energy about it. Yeah, I would say you can come. It's not as big and spectacular as you would think, but come for the nature mostly. The nature is really nice, and the people and the food in Transylvania and the hills. It's like really, really beautiful. And yeah, they have really nice cheese there.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, Renato.
Hi, Adriana. Nice to meet you. And I can say that during my work life, I worked for 3 multinational companies, and I think that one of the best relationships that I had was in a Dutch company. Yeah. And I think that I worked there for 5 years, and I think that I learned a lot. Yeah, I think that Dutch people are amazing. Yeah, but I don't have a question. I have a point. I think that balance and utopia is a balance. Okay? Balance is a utopia for me. Okay, because you challenge all your life, going ahead or looking for balance, and you never get to be balanced in our life. Yeah. I think that you have internal aspects, external aspects that affect our life. Okay, so I believe that this is just a point. I believe that this is our challenge. Okay, what is to get to live well without being balanced? Yeah, when you have to take risks, as Avery told and as Simone told, and I think that this is our challenge. To keep balance. I think that you are going to pursue this aspect during all our life, and I think I'm saying that because my life experience. Yeah, just a point, not a question. I would like to listen your comment about that.
Thank you. I agree with you. It's all about balance, and it's never. We are not living alone, because if you are alone, it's just you with you. So yeah, well, there's nothing from here and there to push you, like.
Yeah.
But when external influences keep pushing you, then you are in this dance of finding your balance, and you're always in movement, but you're never really still. But you can create these moments of stillness, like we're talking about in meditation and connection. So you can create your moments, so you can center yourself. And then when you center yourself, when these things are going to push you, you're going to be more grounded and grounded in yourself. So it's going to be much easier to keep your balance. But if you are always moving with everything and everybody, you'll never be in balance. That's my comment.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with you, because I think that balance involves a lot of things like spiritual, mind, health, conditions, and a lot of aspects that affect our life. Okay, even political environment. Yeah. And so here, for example, in Brazil, we are suffering a lot with the political environment. I think that this is, for me, okay, this is affect a lot. Yeah. But I think that this is a kind of external aspect. You have to consider to pay attention about this, to be not so much affect for this kind of situation. Yeah. So this is just an aspect of a life. But thank you very much for the information.
Thank you.
Yes, that was a very good question, Renato, indeed. I mean, not a question, but the way you talked, I think Adriana was able to clear up for the rest. I didn't hear Bernie. I'm going to ask a question for Marlene here. She's in Spain, and she has a bad connection, same as João. She would like to know, when you start to learn yoga, yeah? Can you just watch videos and do your thing and you say, oh, I'm becoming a pro? Or is this really something that you need someone to correct your postures, to guidance you and say, okay, maybe you're doing not right because you're indeed using your breath incorrectly, or the movements that you're doing is not going that far, you're just kind of wasting time. Can you please tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, good question. Yeah. I would definitely say start with a teacher. Yeah, I don't recommend, because I've had this question before, I don't recommend to learn by yourself from YouTube videos in the beginning, at least. Find a teacher, go to yoga school, because it's you don't always realize that you're doing something incorrectly. We're used to walk like this and actually have to manage your posture. So you need somebody who can watch you from the outside and correct you. And then after some time, you can also explore from your home, watching videos and practicing. But it's not enough. You also need to interact with people. You need to feel the energy of the teacher, because you don't always learn just by listening to something. There's also an exchange of energy being with a certain person. Like it's yeah, how do I explain it? It's like an energetic transmission. So yeah, I would say get a teacher in the beginning. You don't need to spend years and years with a teacher at this point, but you have to start with a teacher. Yeah.
All right, I think you covered that. Bernie, are you able to ask a question, or you okay today with questions?
No, just a comment after. First of all, hello, Adriana. Recently here in Brazil, one woman lost the movements after yoga class, probably without correct attention during the class, and probably advanced level, and this woman was in the beginner level. And when they said you need looking for good professional to yoga, because yoga is move all your body, you need step by step change the movements. And I agree It is you need, first of all, looking for good profession and take attention about your body and and knowledge about yourself. So,
Good point. I agree. Because sometimes I hear people saying, I'm not flexible. I can't do yoga. But yoga is not for flexible people. Yoga is for the people who are actually not that flexible, because if you are super flexible and open, you almost don't need it, almost. But that's exactly the point. And also to be patient with your body, because it will take time to open your body. It's not from one day to the other. So just be patient and you will progress anyways. Yeah, you will notice the difference in how you feel. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Bernie, for your comments here. We just ran out of time. I would like to thank Adriana for, it was like really like this time was like a conversation, you know, it was not like just us throwing a bunch of questions and try to, you know, this time was really calm and everybody, I think, felt the energy as well that you're transmitting through your room. Is that your living room you're at? Because I
No,
see plants on the back.
It's my healing room, actually.
Oh, I felt that. That's why I was like, I'm gonna ask her, but because I'm not the only one. I'm pretty sure everybody felt this energy coming through the screen, and it's so amazing because usually you're just so busy asking questions and going all over the place, and this time was really calm, and everybody was able to just enjoy and relax and learn a lot from you. So I'm pretty sure everybody's really appreciated for you taking your time and helping us with our journey as well, learning and trying to explore. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Simone. And I'm glad to hear also from you that you could feel, yeah.
Yes, I did. I'm pretty sure. Anybody else? Did you guys feel something different this time?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You see, I was not the only one.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys, for being here with us. And I see you next week. You all enjoy your weekends.
Have a good weekend and lovely talking to you.
Thank you,
Thank
Adriana.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.